नमस्कार दर्शकों, आप देख रहे हैं cricket.com और आज हमारे साथ फिर से जुड़ गए हैं जिम्बाब्वे से एक गेस्ट और साउथ अफ्रीका से एक गेस्ट। लेकिन आज अनाउंस हो गई है इंडिया की T20 टीम। The team has been announced with such humongous changes. For some people it's a dream come true, but for some players it will be a nightmare. कुछ खिलाड़ियों की मेहनत आखिरकार रंग लाई, लेकिन कुछ खिलाड़ियों को आज की रात बहुत परेशान होने वाली है क्योंकि आज वो T20 स्क्वाड में नहीं है। लेकिन पहले जानते हैं फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, एंड इसके अलावा साउथ अफ्रीका और न्यूजीलैंड की टीम भी आ गई फ्रॉम साउथ अफ्रीका, तो उनसे हम साउथ अफ्रीका की टीम के बारे में भी जानेंगे। बट अभी क्रिकेट के बारे में, इंडियन क्रिकेट के बारे में, हाउ डू यू फील द इंडियन टीम इज लुकिंग लाइक? what could have been added? What is it good enough? What's your take on it?
Okay, so I'll start off with a statement that was released by Cricinfo just a few minutes ago. So it reads, if I'm sitting pretty at sixth in the ICC T20 international rankings, but not in the World Cup lineup, it's a tough pill to swallow. So that sums up how people are feeling about the IPL squad. This is Ravi Bishnoi, who is currently actually number 5 in the ICC T20 international rankings as a bowler. So now, if you're to look at Bishnoi and his position, it's literally him or Chahal, of which I would rather pick Chahal, in as much as he is so good at what he does. He's very exceptional. Bishnoi has been good, but if we're to use the current IPL standards, I feel like he still has a lot to clean up. In as much as he's position 5, he is in a, I think, in a position where he just needs to focus more on his bowling action and everything. Because looking at how he was bowling in a flatter pitch, and thinking of which maybe USA will have a flatter pitch, it means then he's not quite ready for the World Cup. But then going into the squad itself, I feel like it's a balanced squad, of course. But of course, I would have loved to see KL Rahul in the squad. I would have really loved to see maybe Shreyas Iyer, maybe not. But
कई सारे खिलाड़ियों के नाम लिया, बट एक इंटरेस्टिंग खिलाड़ी जिनका इन्होंने नाम लिया वो है रवि बिश्नोई। नंबर T20 बॉलिंग में 5वें नंबर पे आते हैं, लेकिन जगह उनकी नहीं बनती है। बट आई somewhat disagree with you because T20 rankings, they come with all the T20 international matches that you play.
Yeah.
And no, with that includes T20 matches against Ireland, against Zimbabwe too. But there's nothing wrong about it, because
definitely.
there are strong teams and there are weak teams in every sport. So that doesn't. But when you come to a level that's a World Cup, you need to have the best bowler, not on the rankings. Because at some point of time, there were players that were on number 1 T20 rankings but did not perform well. So that's just not the measure. Like, even if the source you require, that's not the only important factor. Rankings is no factor. It's the form, the talent, and the team combination, which is very important. So team combination काफी important है. But now my question will be to you. So first of all, I would like to know, are you completely satisfied with the team? The team that has come out, players here and there, you can say. But is this a good team?
It's a good team. And like I've said before, there's absolutely no reason why India can't win the World Cup with this team. Now,
there's absolutely no reason. मतलब ऐसा कुछ है ही नहीं कि इस बार तो World Cup India का ही है.
No, for real. And at the same time, I think she rightfully pointed out, yes, I think maybe the only one I actually feel sorry for maybe is Rahul.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it is what it is. You already have 2 wicket keepers. Samson and Pant, in my opinion, have been playing out of this world. And just on their form alone this season, they deserve to be out there. So it's tough.
Not only Rahul, because the kind of batsman Rahul is, we have those kind of batsmen. We have Virat Kohli sitting out there. Yeah. And who's better in what Rahul does. Exactly. We need explosion. We need someone like Rishabh Pant to finish the match. We need someone like Sanju Samson to bat at a strike rate of 200. तो KL राहुल को जो ड्रॉप किया गया उसके पीछे बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट कारण है कि उनकी जगह ही नहीं बन रही थी टीम. इट वाज मोर ऑफ द टीम कॉम्बिनेशन. दैट्स व्हाई KL राहुल इज लेफ्ट. But Shubman Gill is also in the reserves, and in the reserves means is a very slight chance that he'll play. Yeah. Shubman Gill का नाम भी नहीं है, ये बड़ी चुनौती है. Why not Shubman Gill? What could be the reason?
He just hasn't been playing well recently, and that's as simple as that, as far as I like to say. And look, he started off very well of the season, but this is a World Cup here. If you even have like a stretch of 2-3 weeks this close to the World Cup and you're not playing at the top, and also don't forget he was the captain now. He's got that added weight of expectation on his shoulders, and it hasn't quite come together. So I think they
just what's one thing I was wondering about. If Shubman Gill was not the Gujarat Titans captain this season, would he be in the squad right now?
I think he probably would be. I really do.
What I've been thinking about is Jaiswal not only judging with the IPL, but with his recent international form, it
Okay.
hasn't been good enough. It hasn't been at par as to what he's
What are you
capable of
saying?
doing.
I'll not take the. I'll mix the formats, but just before the start of the IPL, he scored a double century
He
against
scored
England.
exactly. He scored a double century against England in Test cricket. This is T20
This is
cricket,
T20
and
cricket.
then T20 cricket. The most perfect standards that we can use right now is the IPL. This
Is
is
the
the
IPL.
most recent that he's played. And if you're to look at both Jaiswal and Shubman Gill's form, I feel like if we're to compare and say Shubman Gill hasn't been playing well, it is justified to say Jaiswal hasn't been playing well as well.
तो ये
Emotions
ये
aside,
बात इंपॉर्टेंट है. इमोशंस एक तरफ, बट जायसवाल और शुभमन गिल दोनों की आईपीएल फॉर्म खराब है, बट वी हैड टू गो विद एन ओपनर, राइट?
you had to
That's what
go
I was
with an
about to
opener
say.
as well. But
Open.
Shubman Gill opens as well. He's opened before with Jaiswal countless times in ODI cricket. We've seen that happening.
With Rohit
So
Sharma.
if
cricket.
and with Rohit Sharma as well, we've seen that he's an explosive opener. He's capable of doing it. So if we're to use form,
Is he
then
an explosive opener in ODI cricket? Will be the one who
well,
bats at a strike rate with 120.
if you're to
But an
compare
explosive
him
opener in
with
T20 cricket
now,
will be someone
would be
who bats
Jaiswal.
at a strike rate of 160, 170. So
Yeah,
is Shubman Gill capable of that?
definitely that would be Jaiswal. But in terms of form, is he going to be a walking wicket, or is he going to take Team India into an
देखिए
explosive power play?
ये बड़ा रिस्क है. It's kind of a gamble, because if Jaiswal does well, if he gives the kind of the start the
Yeah.
team India needs, like there's nothing better. He'll be definitely better than Shubman Gill. But if he fails to perform in the first 2 3 matches,
Yeah.
do you think the reserves will be come into picture
Definitely.
and Shubman Gill?
After maybe 2 matches, not even three, after 2 matches, Team India will be forced to switch gears and introduce Shubman Gill. In as much as maybe strike rate is a factor in this case, but having someone who can bat up until 6 7 overs than a walking wicket is actually quite better.
इन्होंने बहुत अच्छी बात की है कि इन्होंने टेक्निकल हिसाब से समझाया है. आई समवट एग्री विद हर, बट आई समवट आल्सो डिसएग्री विद हर.
Yeah.
लेकिन इन्होंने जिस हिसाब से कहा कि ओपन करना, 6 7 ओवर तक बैटिंग करना, ये शुभमन गिल की खासियत है, ये उनकी ताकत है. लेकिन are we really want in T20 cricket, do we want that kind of player that we have confidence in, he'll bat 8 overs deep? Or someone like Jaiswal, if he bat 8 overs, it will be 8 in 80. If it doesn't, it will be a walking wicket. What should be the preference in T20 cricket? My mind says, with the kind of batting India has, we don't need dependability if we have Virat Kohli with us, right? In T20 cricket, things won't matter. Like if you go 8 overs deep, 10 overs deep, we have players that can go 20 overs deep very easily. We have a deep batting lineup, but we need that extra good start at the top. And I think with Rohit Sharma, Yashasvi, Jaiswal will be very, very innovative, because Rohit Sharma will not take a back gear. Rohit Sharma will take the front gear and he will bat in the sixth gear from the very start. He'll have the responsibility of getting India to a big score. But with Jaiswal coming together, two explosive openers,
Yeah.
like that's the new strategy. That's the new
for,
model.
for sure. I think the IPL this year has shown us
Has
that
shown
right
us,
now.
yeah.
And I think I like exactly what you said about it. Like India can go very deep, or they've got guys who can go very deep.
Very
And
deep, yeah.
This is why I was pretty much against the idea of Kohli maybe opening, because I was like, look, it's great and everything, and if he gives you a knock of like say 50 off of 20 balls, but now he's gone.
Yeah.
Early on in the innings.
Early
so
on in
I
the
think
innings.
this makes the most sense in my personal opinion.
बहुत
Jaiswal's
बहुत बढ़िया बात बोली है कि मोस्ट सेंस सही बनते हैं. विराट कोहली से आप ओपनिंग मत कराइए. विराट कोहली को नंबर 3, लाइक लेट हिम डू व्हाट ही डज
yes, let
बेस्ट.
him do what he does best.
तो नंबर 3 पे कोहली को रहने दीजिए. ओपन कराइए जायसवाल और रोहित शर्मा से, बनाइए इनको, बोलिए आप एक्सप्लोसिव रन कीजिए. उन्होंने यही बात समझाई कि अगर कोहली ओपन भी कर लेते हैं, 20 बॉल में 50 रन आपको बना के भी देते हैं, बट उसके बाद क्या? That mentality that Kohli is gone, and that will help the bowling unit. Even today, every bowler is still afraid that Virat Kohli is still there out at the crease.
Now, if you're to think of it, the I don't know how to call it, but Australia is India's worst enemy. And
Yeah.
if you're to look at if you're to look at Australia's potential opening partnership, that would be Travis Head and Jake Fraser McGurk, and that is disaster for Team India.
That is
So you need someone who can equal Jake Fraser McGurk's explosiveness And in this case, I think maybe I now start to agree with you that maybe Jaiswal
Maybe
might be key
Jaiswal might be the
because
key.
you need someone who's going to be as explosive as McGurk
As
is.
McGurk.
Because he
बहुत
can
अच्छी
give
बात.
you 84 runs from 24 balls and walk away, and the would
Damage will
already
be
be
done.
done. Yeah.
तो इन्होंने ये बात बहुत सही की कि इस बार ना ऑस्ट्रेलिया and Australia will have that kind of a mindset in, and not to
Definitely.
forget England will have Johnny Berris to open for them,
Yep.
and he just scored the 260, the highest successful run chase in the
Yep.
history of T20 cricket. He was a centurion in that, and the other person that will be opening with him with Johnny Bairstow would also be a batsman that hits big shot. It might be Will Jacks. So the teams, even England, and not to forget New Zealand.
Yeah.
They're still
Yeah.
under Kane Williamson, and they still have batsmen like Devon Conboy, Glenn Phillips, Rachin Ravindra. So
Let's not forget the bowlers.
and let's not forget the bowlers. Trent Bolt and Saudi still as dangerous as they were 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So न्यूजीलैंड की टीम भी तगड़ी है और ऑस्ट्रेलिया से तो हमारी पुरानी दुश्मनी ये इन्होंने कहा, मैं नहीं कह रहा, जो तो हमें तो पता ही है यार, हमारा तो पिछले 2023 का गम नहीं भूला है, लेकिन इस बार but what now coming to one of the final questions, what would be the game changer for India in this T20 World Cup? Before these also, Virat Kohli was there, Rohit Sharma was there, Ravindra Jadeja was there, some of our bowlers were there, Bumrah was there, but we still couldn't win the T20 World
So
Cup.
right now,
do we have that X factor that we were missing?
right
Yes, sir.
now,
Yeah.
the X factor in T20 cricket is the bowlers, not
It's
the
the bowler.
batsmen.
बहुत बहुत उम्दा बात की है कि आज के टाइम पे X factor बल्लेबाज नहीं है, गेंदबाज है. So do we have good bowling?
In terms of good bowling, that would depend on how the pitch plays. Right now,
How
we
the
are
pitch
not
plays.
entirely well versed with the
Yeah,
pitch.
yeah.
But after maybe 1 or 2 matches, we will know where Team India stands. But in terms of T20 cricket overall, India, Australia, England, Ireland, whoever is playing, whoever emerges victorious will have the best bowlers because everyone is betting as it is. Everyone is hitting
Everyone
50s
will hit
like no
sixes.
man's business.
Correct,
Exactly.
correct.
So betting right now is not really a problem. The problem is the bowling. So whoever comes with the lethal bowling force will take it.
So whoever comes with the lethal bowling force will make it because batsmen, हर किसी के पास explosive batsmen है, be it Australia, New Zealand, England, be it South Africa. But the bowlers are going to make the difference. And this time, if the wicket turns, then I don't think there's any better choice than Kuldeep Yadav, Yuzvendra and Ravindra Jadeja.
Yeah.
These might be the three best spinners in whole of the tournament because three spinners, three different spinners, one China man,
Exactly.
one leg spinner, and one left arm spinner of this quality. I don't think any other team has it.
Wait.
Go ahead,
on
go
that
ahead,
note,
go ahead.
if we are to look at spinners,
Yeah.
Sri Lanka has one of the deadliest spinners. We have Wanindu Hasaranga.
Only
You have
Hasaranga.
you have
That's all.
Paterana. You have Mahesh Dikshana. That lineup is quite deadly in terms of spin bowling. I'm not saying they're going to. Well, there might be a threat, really. But if we're to look at if this tournament will have spinners being the highest, contributor in terms
Contributors.
of winning, then I think we might also not have to leave Sri Lanka out.
Sri Lanka out of the picture, but I disagree with you.
I
Because
disagree as well.
Sri Lanka is batting and the aura with the form that they'll bring in. They have two of a very quality spinners, Tikshana, Hasaranga, beautiful
Yeah.
spinners, might be very deadly, but they will bowl 8 overs and they'll have to bat 20
They'll have to
overs.
bat 20 overs. That's what I was about to say. Like, look, it's nice. They'll probably cause some troubles to certain teams, but I don't really see them as that much of a threat. And I think you're 100% correct in terms of the depth that India has. Like, just in terms of what they can throw at you from a bowling perspective.
Yeah.
Remember at the beginning, I said there's no reason why India can't win the World Cup with this squad. I really mean it because top to bottom. Now, you say you want batters. Oh no, you can go literally from 1 to 6 or 7, and you've got somebody who, if they wanted to, can give you like 50 off of 20 very easily. You've just got
Very
that kind
easily,
of
yeah.
lineup, and the same thing with the bowlers. And as you rightfully pointed out, I think you once said it on our very first shows that yes, batting is great, but bowling wins you
The
titles.
tournament,
It wins
yeah.
you the tournament. So it may ultimately come down to that, but at the same time, I'm liking what I'm seeing from India. You've got Samson, you've got Pant. Samson obviously is a debutant, and it's great that he finally gets this chance to do it on the
So
big
later
stage.
in his career.
Exactly. So it's going to be interesting, but I'll just reemphasize top to bottom batting and bowling. India's got what it takes. I don't think
India's got what it takes. India's got what it takes. So, final question. Who are the finalists? Or let's pick the semi-finalists first and then the finalists. The 4 semi-finalists for this World Cup.
Obviously, India, Australia, England, and South Africa.
India, Australia, England and South Africa. What about you?
All right, me personally, I want to say exactly the same thing, but I might swap out South Africa for New Zealand.
For New
I
Zealand.
might just
Okay,
want to,
so
I'm sorry, South Africa. You've hurt me enough times.
you've
I
heard
don't
her
believe
as
you
well.
anymore.
You've heard her
I
as
don't
well.
believe them anymore.
So up now, time for the last section of our show. Now we'll have to say we're supporting India. All three of us are
Yes.
supporting India. So just you have to say with me, she's supporting South Africa
And South
and South Africa. Okay. The finalists. I'm also supporting South Africa. You know the two chokers of international cricket,
Yeah.
and so they might come back. But yes, what you have to say for me is Bharat Mata
Bharat Mata
Ki Jai.
Ki Jai.
Yeah.
Bharat Mata Ki Jai.
With a little more enthusiasm and a little more. This means like long live India.
Okay.
Okay, so Bharat
Bharat
Mata.
Mata Ki Jai.
Once more, you have to.
Okay.
I'll know you. 3, 2, Bharat
Bharat
Mata
Mata
Ki Jai.
Ki Jai.
1 minute. 3, 2, 1. Bharat Mata Ki Jai. आप ऐसे ही देखते रहिए cricket.com.